He was hunted down. Isn't it because of this ultimate skills scroll? Why is it given away now? It turns out that he found a golden ingot box in the Shanghai Carmen Orc Legion camp. He found a golden ingot box. This kind of treasure chest appears randomly. When he opened it, he got this ultimate skill scroll. It happened to be seen by 3 people, so they've been chasing him until now. You almost died just now. Don't worry, I won't die. When I receive fatal damage, I will be automatically teleported away. But I still want to thank you. If it weren't for you just now, I wouldn't die, but I would definitely be injured. While speaking, he hugged himself and looked pitiful. You know, injury is very painful. I'm the most afraid of pain. Seeing his appearance, I felt speechless. It seems that my worry is unnecessary. He must be the eldest son of some family. With a treasure, he can't die. When Yi saw me leveling up, I guess you haven't gone to a higher institution yet. Where are you going? I returned to Shaojing University without hesitation. Lin Yi was not surprised, because with his strength, he could enter any university. If he couldn't get into Shaojing University, no one else could get in. In the conversation with him, I learned that there is a tower in Shaojin Academy named Shaojin Tower. There are rewards for challenges inside. If it's the first challenge, the reward can be doubled. The higher the level, the richer the reward. This will give you a lot of points. In Shaojin Academy, both points and coins are useful. He also mentioned that there is a creation academy and told me to go in. I wonder what kind of academy it is. This strengthened my desire to enter Shaojin Academy. Seeing Ni asleep, I took out my coat and covered her. I meditated to restore my mental power. The next morning, Lin Yi woke up in her sleep and 娇声喊道 Lin Dei Li. I'm hungry. Is there any sweet potato? After I gave him all the sweet potatoes, he still felt it was too little and wanted more. I had to helplessly spread my hands. He stopped when he saw I really had no more. Then she got up and was about to leave. She turned around and said, Miss is leaving. I also need to level up. Lin, see you later. You level up quickly, and you can level up for me later. Then she ran into the depths of the jungle. I looked at the 3 corpses on the ground. I thought of the corpse explosion skill I just learned. Now I can try its power. I used the newly learned skill Corpse Explosion. I saw terrifying energy burst out from the corpse. The next second, a huge rumble resounded through the sky. After the smoke cleared, I saw a mess within several meters around. It seems that the range of the skill after being amplified by talent has been greatly expanded. With the corpse as the center, 360 degrees without dead angles. This is simply a magic weapon for destroying corpses. So it seems that the power of air bursting might be greater. So now it's time to go to the West Sea Mine dungeon. After the skeleton warrior upgraded from black iron to bronze, it requires 70 points of mental power to summon one. But I only have 300 now. Meditating all night can only summon 4 limbs. When I walked out of the forest, I saw a huge vortex from a distance, and there were people standing nearby. It seems that this is the entrance to the Sehai mine. When I came to the entrance of the dungeon, a group of people stood together in 2s and 3s, shouting. There are those who need output, and those who need healing. When I approached with the skeleton warrior, everyone's eyes fell on me. When I arrived at the entrance, I looked at the difficulty options above. There are only normal and nightmare levels. although there is no hell difficulty, but the monsters inside are several times stronger than those outside. The nightmare level is even more enhanced elite monsters. The difficulty is even higher. Someone did detect me. Since you wear the flat badge, the detection spell failed. Seeing this, the skeleton warrior and stared at the man with its eerie and terrifying eyes, which scared the man to flee quickly. Soon, a few more people came to me. Young man, do you want to brush the copy together? We still need an output here. You should be a summoner, right? Summoners also have good output. Do you want to join? We'll share the equipment when we're out. I looked at them. I said no lightly. Thank you. Then I chose the nightmare level without thinking. I disappeared in the midst of their astonishment. I entered the copy. A group of people outside were shocked. He actually entered the dungeon alone. He wants to solo. How arrogant he is! Maybe he is just a good-looking but useless guy. It looks scary. Maybe he's as weak as a chicken. There were all kinds of comments. And I, who entered the copy, I smelled a strong smell of blood at the first time. The glowing circle should be the safe zone. It seems that once leaving this circle, I'll be discovered. I checked the closest goblin monster. To my surprise, its attributes are several times higher than ordinary monsters. It's worthy of being an enhanced elite monster. Its strength and constitution are extremely high, indicating that their attack and defense are very abnormal. A level 14 knight's constitution attribute is only 300 to 400, which is far inferior to these enhanced elite monsters. Without a team, normal professions can't even pass Nightmare Skin. But it's far from my skeleton warrior. Now the strategy begins. Immediately, the skeleton warrior charged up. Killing a level 14 goblin mine guard gives 4,200 experience. I was overjoyed. That's 4,200 experience points. That is to say, killing a monster here is about 10 times that outside. I excitedly commanded the skeleton warrior to fight and clear every corner of the dungeon, to make sure not to miss any experience points. The system kept announcing, it's only been 5 minutes. I was promoted to level 11. My mental power is fully restored after leveling up. I can summon 4 more skeleton warriors. Now my level is 11. Strength, agility, and constitution are all 120. Mental power is 400. Call space is 110. The number of skeleton warriors is 56. Talent fully enhanced. Level 2 passive damage transfer. Lin Feng Flame level 11. Summon skeleton warriors level 11. Corpse explosion level 1. Strength, agility, and constitution increase by 20. Add 20 points per level. Mental power increased by 100 points. As the level increases, the attribute increase will become larger and larger. The basic attributes of the skeleton warrior increased by 20. After being amplified 10 times, it finally increased by 200. What puzzles me is that all skills have been improved, while only the newly learned corpse explosion is still level 1. If he were here, maybe he would know. Suddenly, a roar interrupted my thoughts. It was a level 15 elite boss, the Mine Wolf King. His strength and agility are both 2,000, 1,000, and constitution 2,500. Skill roar. Its stats are even higher than those of my skeleton warrior. I couldn't help being surprised. Even the attributes of the boss have reached this level. It seems that the attributes of the final boss will be stronger. Although your stats are higher than my skeleton warrior, but it's a pity that you're alone. With my command, The skeleton warriors flew towards the Wolf King like an arrow. Seeing this, immediately used his skill Roar. With the ability of the skeleton warriors, it can barely withstand the damage of the Wolf King. When the skeleton warrior was promoted, I directly commanded all the skeleton warriors to use skills. Frenzy Strike. In my eyes, the bigger the enemy, the more beneficial it is to my skeleton warriors' legion. The Wolf King, I was shocked. He could even shock the skeleton warriors away. When I thought he was going to counterattack, to my surprise, he turned around and ran deep into the forest. I saw an iron door opened. I immediately stopped. I wanted to chase the skeleton warriors. Countless wolves came out from the iron gate. I immediately took a few steps back. Mine's wolves, level 14, strength 600, agility 600, constitution 1000, spirit 200, skill bite. Although their attributes are not high, but there were too many. There were at least hundreds of them. If ordinary professionals came, even if a team of 5, they couldn't handle so many mountain wolves. But I am a necromancer. These are all my experience points. After the talent bonus, the damage of corpse explosion will become 100% of the wolf's vitality. The result is instant kill. After a burst of system messages, my experience points skyrocketed to 72% of level 11. After killing the wolves, it's time to deal with the Wolf King. There are corpses everywhere, so I set off a cannon to celebrate. The next second, the corpses on the ground exploded one after another, which made the Wolf King scream in pain, and finally fell to the ground. I killed the Wolf King. He gained 15,000 experience points from the Wolf King, which is equivalent to 5 ferocious wolves. The cost performance is too low, but I was lucky. The dropped items are quite valuable. I collected the items. Next, I'll keep cleaning along the passage. I should meet the final boss soon. I'll solo in the Hell level dungeon later. I should gain more experience. This dungeon took just over an hour. I've leveled up by more than 1 level. If I keep farming like this, not to mention level 16, level 18 or 19 is possible. Sister, we will meet soon. I came to the deepest part of the mine. I found a huge goblin sleeping. The King of Goblins, leader level monster, level 16, strength 3000, agility 1500, spirit 1500, constitution 3000, skills, flame, flame spray, sweep, sweep, retreat. The final, the boss's attributes are much higher than those of the skeleton warrior, especially in terms of strength and constitution. Just then, the boss suddenly opened his eyes. Seeing invaders, I saw the true rider. I was not prepared and was slashed by his big knife. Meanwhile, the passive skill was triggered instantly. The skeletons who were transferred the damage were shattered. One was not enough. The other skeleton warrior using skills is slowly shattering. I immediately figured out what was going on. My attributes are too weak. My 120 constitution, in front of the Goblin King with 3,000 points of strength, was too weak. The transfer damage naturally caused more damage to the skeletons. Received a heavy blow. I scratched my head helplessly. It turns out that I am the only weakness. I need to stack constitution in the future. The boss's data leans towards a tank. While skeletons are more balanced, it seems that the skeletons are not strong enough, cannot compete head-on with the boss. However, I have an entire legion of skeleton warriors. I can wear him out. I have the advantage. The angry Goblin King jumped up. and smashed heavily on the ground, shaking the skeletons back several meters. We then used the fire freeze skill. I must seize this opportunity. The skeleton's physical strength dropped sharply. I quickly recalled them to the summoning space, and I had to interrupt his skills. I used a stronger soul flame than him and released the skeleton warriors. The Goblin King was burned by the soul flame and died, and the skull warriors retreated several meters. The skeletons rushed up without the flame blocking. I have little mental power left. I must take this opportunity to defeat him, take advantage of his illness. Under the continuous attack of the skeleton warriors, the Goblin King was killed by headshot. I fell heavily to the ground. Killing the Goblin King, I gained 40,000 experience. I got a bronze level weapon, Goblin King's dagger. I got bronze level armor. Get the Goblin King's gold coins by the law of failure.